Hi, everybody. Cody from The Way of the Void here. Just hoping that you know that this is just for entertainment purposes only. We're just trying to make you giggle a little bit. It's damn near designed so you can't learn anything from it. Just keep that in mind. It's just laughs, folks.
There is no other God. Satan killed him.
There's the mist.
This is Eric,
This is Cody.
and this is The Way of the Void.
The Way of the Void. My turn. What's new, buddy?
What is new? Not much, man. We just had some lunch.
Yeah.
That was pretty good.
Yeah.
I discovered I do not like Beijing chicken.
No?
Nah,
Yeah.
I don't know. It tastes like pork
A
rinds.
little too fried?
A little too fried.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm pretty sure it's panda meat.
Yeah, it tasted like a fucking deep fried sock, but
Yeah. So you know the rings that make up the Olympic symbol? I think they deep fried those and chopped them up.
yeah, it was good though.
Yeah, they had a good. I was with you. I had a good presentation. I was like,
Oh, yeah.
damn,
Yeah.
dude, it was great because you were like a little too fried for my taste, and I'm like across the table, like my fat ass chose wrong. I was over there getting jealous of my Mongolian beef. I was like, he doesn't even appreciate the fry.
And then afterwards we went and got coffee, and I
Oh yeah, tell me what
Mate,
you did, fucking Captain Save-A-Ho over here.
I made the mistake. There's a young lady who's
Now-
like right behind us.
No. It started before that. So this young lady, we got to the Starbucks, and through coincidence, she just get timing of people walking.
Yeah.
Like she showed up too. So Eric over here was like, well, let me hold the door
Mm-hmm.
before realizing that this particular young tulip was a fucking schizophrenic tweaker.
Yeah, yeah. So
To be fair,
Mm.
you can't tell. Like, is this just a young woman or is this a homeless person?
you know what I noticed? You
Like
could
the fashion high is this clashing right now.
yeah you could
So,
you could always tell by the shoes
happen to anybody.
the shoes and the ankles.
yeah.
Like if the shoes and the ankles have the same amount of dirt.
This the track pants. Dude.
Yeah,
The track pants, so you have to like study those.
yeah.
Like, is there just a giant bar where like the train track?
Yeah.
You know, you're sitting on one of those.
But no, she was in front of us in line, and she just ordered a cup of coffee really fast and left.
Yeah, got right out of the way.
Yeah, got right out of the way. No,
Make us spend fucking 35 minutes
Yeah,
while she
yeah.
dug
No,
around her
yeah.
9 purses and a
Yeah.
backpack.
no, she sat there for 10 minutes, fucking fiddling with some fucking apple juice and fucking wandering around in circles and shit.
Calling her fucking Tamagotchi her baby and
Yeah.
shit.
Well, we're just standing at a couple of fucking dildos trying to buy some coffee.
Yep.
But she did do a pretty fucking sick move.
Oh,
though.
dude, she did a power move.
Yeah.
That was a fucking power move. So I don't know what she ordered, but she got like this giant fucking cup of ice and then some other like fruity ass like smoothie.
It was
drink.
apple juice.
Well, no, she got that in a box.
Oh, okay.
And then she like was at one of the tables after we like all order it, and we just hear this like fucking loud ass crunch, and she's crunching like one of those canned cocktails, like 2 of them, into the cup of ice, and then she floats on top the whole boxed juice, just rested in there like you do in one of those fucking Cadillac margaritas.
So I remember when I was a little kid,
Just chugging it.
I was a little kid in the like 80s and 90s, and I remember I used to steal those Long Island iced teas in a can.
Ooh,
Yeah. Remember those?
Yeah,
They were like I think they were like
clubs.
they're clubs there. I think they were like a black and orange.
Yeah.
And I totally used to fucking put those in my pocket when I was like a little kid and would just fucking drink them.
How old were you?
Yeah, I don't know, like 10 maybe. Yeah. You know. Yeah. So
Yeah. What else did you do?
back then,
Yeah.
so I used to steal those clubs. I I used to drink a lot of Southern Comfort when I was a kid.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Whoo, boy.
Yeah. Like, I'm from Santa Cruz, but then my family moved to the Central Valley when I was like a kid.
Yeah.
And, yeah, those Central Valley boys know how to party.
They like the Southern Comfort.
Yeah, they like Southern Comfort for sure. Yeah.
Disgusting. Mm-hmm. Fuck, Southern Comfort is not.
Yeah, I remember my favorite back in the day, this was like fucking in the 90s, was that Earthquake stuff.
Yeah.
I think it was like cinnamon liquor.
Fuck.
And then Aftershock.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jesus, they were like companion pieces.
Yeah. It was a red and a blue one.
Fuck.
Yeah. And I think it was Earthquake was
like a cinnamon.
it was cinnamon, and then the other one I think was like a mint one.
Was it like,
It was blue.
like schnapps kind of shit?
Nah, it was more fruity.
Wow.
Yeah, it was like a Arctic blue.
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Pretty good time though.
Yeah.
I used to put them in
bet.
I used to put them in slushies.
It's like from 7-Eleven?
Yeah.
That sounds fucking good as fuck.
Yeah.
Go to the movies and shit? Fuck.
Me and my buddies would just like wander around. It was like this little town called Oakdale. It was like this like
It's the most Central Valley name ever.
yeah. Supposedly this is what they say. I can't fucking corroborate it, but they say it's the cowboy capital of the world.
What?
I don't believe it either. In Central California, I would imagine, but that's their claim to fame. They're the cowboy capital of the world.
What kind of what kind of cowboy?
I don't know, like dairy farmers and shit. I think
Like-
there's like hella cowboys
But
there.
like cowboys?
well, you know, like
yeah.
pickup truck cowboys.
Okay.
Like,
yeah. But like we're talking about the same thing. They're not talking about like a sports team.
no.
or some shit?
They're talking about cowboys.
Okay.
Yeah.
They didn't hear about Texas, huh?
Yeah. Or Mexico or fucking some. You know what I mean? Where it's like,
They have a rich history of ranching and rodeo, and it's claimed to fame as a town that has produced many world champion cowboys.
Oh,
Yeah,
all right. So a lot of the
fucking
rodeo
looking
guys.
at one.
Wait, what about him his hat?
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Should we name this guy
Yeah. Please. Go ahead.
Ralph?
Ralph.
Yeah.
That's great. What's up, Ralph? Ralph and you, two specimens from the fucking what is it? The world capital of
Cowboy
fucking
capital of the world.
Cowboy. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay.
Oakdale, California.
You can see it. Yeah. Straight out of the bad motherfucker factory.
Oh yeah. Yeah.
Look at you.
Fucking what do they call that? Prototype?
They're what?
That was God's prototype.
Yeah. 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 He
I was the yellow fucking
he broke the mold after you. And it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but he spiked it into the ground in disgust.
I was the yellow ape.
Yeah.
The hermaphroditic yellow ape.
Yeah. Yeah. Pop your rocket at your hoo-ha. Let's see.
Eh,
Let's check you.
I haven't had enough coffee yet.
Found the first one. It was a
found-
wild episode.
That was a wild episode.
I've been daydreaming about making it a fucking video game. I want to do that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I don't want to do it because it'll look like shit, but you know what I mean.
They'll have some charm though to it.
Yeah. It'll be another fucking nutsack, man. Remember I was playing that?
Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
There's this game. It's a pretty sort of famous game called Dwarf Fortress, and it's like
Dwarf Fortress?
Yeah, Dwarf Fortress, and it's like this super weird like world building RPG game, and it's like little square pixels, and like every pixel is like a different like thing, and it's like super in depth and advanced and like all this other stuff, and like you have to have all these crazy spreadsheets to like even play it, and if you look at it, it looks like a spreadsheet, like it looks insane.
Okay, so I don't want to make it like that.
You don't want to make it like that?
No. I want to make it like good.
Coward.
Yeah. Yeah. Did you play it?
Fuck no, I'm too dumb to play that shit.
Yeah. Fuck.
Way too dumb to play that.
Well, you didn't know where I'm at, dude. I turned The Witcher off because I was like, too many
Dude,
charts.
I always love it. I love listening to you rant about The Witcher 3.
That fucking sucked.
That game's so good.
Yeah. Well,
Henry Cavill.
yeah, I know. It goes against like, I should love it, but they just fucking made it too goddamn intricate.
Well, you didn't get far enough because you didn't see any of them elf boobies.
I tried. I tried. I tried. I cornered the kid one time, my kid, and I was
Yeah.
like, hey, show me. I want to fight a monster, but I want to fight a monster that starts off as like a hot bitch, son.
Yeah.
Like, what's up? And he was like, oh, you should go fight this bog witch. And then from then on, as you know, there's a little more to it than just going to the bog and fighting the fucking thing. You gotta like, I had to like charm her and her sisters out of a blanket and fucking
that part,
vision quest.
That quest is sick.
Yeah,
it's sick. You do not hump those ladies though.
I know. Yeah.
Did you get to the part where they turn all gross?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was cool.
Yeah.
That was cool. But to get to there, a couple 100 card games later, no, turn this off. And then I figured out that I've been using the wrong one. I've been whacking like all the regular people that give me shit in town that I just fucking whack with a sword and walk away.
Oh, you're using the wrong sword?
I was using the fucking silver one. So when I actually had to go and fucking do my fucking thing, the thing just like fucking fell to it. I might as well have been fucking fighting over the fleshlight.
Well, that kid of yours, that's their problem.
Yeah.
Because there's a button that you press that you could automatically...
That switches between...
You automatically pull the correct sword out when you have an engagement.
Well, it wasn't her fault. Like, I had started it, but I was like, hey, I don't know how to get anywhere. So, come fix it.
You should have called me. I could have came over and helped you.
I know. Well, guess we'll never know now. I just decided to turn it off, and I went hard on fucking...
That's when you got really into Metal Gear Phantom Pain, right?
Yeah.
Metal Gear.
Yeah.
That's acceptable.
I went fucking hard on that.
That game is good. That game's super good.
I got all kinds of fucking arms now. That was my favorite part of that game.
That game is so good.
Fucking arms.
Did you collect all the tapes?
Rocket one. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. I got that rocket arm and I love that thing. Just fuck people up from like a football field away. Just punch in the face.
Yeah. So stupid.
I love it, dude. Your last episode would be the best fucking Metal Gear Solid game ever.
The Russian no, Bulgarian Area 51.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a weird one. That was
tight.
That was a wild episode.
It was a lot to unpack.
It was a lot to unpack. That one was just mostly weird because I had to like decipher a lot of bullshit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like
stuff.
I'm not saying that the story was not 100% bullshit, but you could just kind of tell when you're listening to somebody tell a fucking spin a yarn and it's like totally bullshit.
Yeah.
You're just making this up.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
We're gonna get to a lot of that in mine.
Yeah. Like there's some scenarios when the two psychic ladies are like they're in the tunnels and they're the ones that see the monster. I'm like, these fucking broads were nowhere near those tunnels, dude. They were fucking on the surface.
Yeah.
Drinking some
schnapps
and some fucked up Russian coffee.
Me and the lady watched Nosferatu again. We rented it.
Ooh, how was it?
It's good. It's good. It's a lot better when you don't see it in the fucking like shittiest theater you can find. That was like that was an awful fucking experience.
I saw that movie around during my Christmas break, and I went with my beautiful wife and my mother. And my mother has this odd habit in she reacts to things as if she's never left her house before. So she's just like, she gasps a lot in movies,
right,
and asks questions and talks to the like the screen,
right,
and it's
like she's at home with her stories on.
Yeah, and for me as her son that has about zero patience with her in particular.
Yeah, I'm
very patient in other aspects of my life.
Okay,
with her, non-existent.
Yeah, I know.
Like instantly, I'm just like, can you shut the fuck up? I'm like, there's fucking people here. And she's like, oh, sorry. I won't do it again. Fucking 50 seconds later, she does it again.
Dude, so we were watching it, and I never realized, rewatching it. I'm like, the one dude, he's right, because he's all pissed off. But like throughout the movie, Lily Rose Depp is just like, get away from me. I'm nothing but shit. You know? And then it turns out, 100%
Yeah.
Like I don't know, maybe I was watching the shitty theater, but the first time going through that flick, I never realized. I was like, wait a minute, what do you mean you called out to the fucking undead goddamn fucking Transylvanian satanic magician? What do you mean you called out because you were lonely? And and then like you signed a pact with him. Like I had missed out on all of that, and so I rewatching it, and the dude just loses both of his kids and his wife, and
then the whole time he's just like, this chick is nuts.
Yeah,
he's like, wife, your friend is crazy.
Yeah. I'm really glad she's staying with us for how long? It's the trip, 6 weeks. You say okay?
What's her name? What's the Depp lady's name?
Like her actual name?
Yeah, her actual name.
Lily. I think it's a Lily.
Lily something.
Rose
Pitt. Depp. Okay, Pitt. Wrong one. She seems like a very nice, attractive lady, but she also seems to me to have a very big head.
Right.
Just big head.
I think it depends though, because like she's kind of she's shoved in one of them fucking Victorian ass dresses throughout this movie, and like her hair's all up in like fucking bonnets and shit. So like that adds like inches. There.
Yeah, she probably was like restricted, and then her head probably just kind of got.
I'm guessing she looks different and probably proportional when she's not dressed up like a fucking vampire hoe.
Well, I guess we'll find out in her next movie.
Yeah, I was really surprised. The dialogue, and it's just so wild. Like that poor guy, he like, gets sent off to go see the fucking dude. But before that, he just wakes up. He like, all right, you wake up and your wife's just like, I had this fucking dream. I married death, and you were all dead. And whoo, boy, it was a hot one. Like that's the start of the movie.
Yeah.
And he's like, all right, well,
he's like,
I'm gonna go get a promotion, and I guess go to the fucking undead vampire castle.
He's like, God damn, can I have a cup of coffee before this fucking shit?
I know.
Fucking laying this bullshit on me. Goddamn weekend.
Yeah, dude. Today's an important day for us.
Yeah.
So that was fun. I got forced to go to Gray Bears. I know like that, but
tell the folks what Gray Bears is.
Gray Bears is like I don't really know how to describe. I think it's like the dump started a store, and they needed I'm serious.
That's how you describe our podcast.
Yeah. Dude, did you hear about so I guess somewhere, I think it's Ohio, but somewhere they have this thing where you can name a dump. Like every 3 years they rename their dump. Mm-hmm. And guess what it got?
What?
This one kid, he sent it in, like all these news stories covered it because he named it the Fred Durst Center for Historical and Cultural Arts.
Holy shit. Friend of the show, Fred Durst.
Yeah, dude. That got rules.
Fred Durst?
Yeah.
Yeah. I like Fred Durst.
Uh-oh. Oh, he got something else. Uh-oh.
No. The dog's in the room with us. Oh, yeah. Once again, producer Nikki's not here.
Yeah. You can tell by everything's going smoothly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're not like instantaneously pissed. No, dude, I'm full. I'm fucking jovial.
Yeah.
Let's sit. All right. Never mind. It's like he's here. It's like he's here with me in the room.
Yeah, we have fill-in producer Nessa.
Interim producer.
There you go.
Interim.
Yeah.
Means in between.
Oh.
Yeah.
Not that she's just in the room.
Yeah. I know. Yeah. Going well.
Yeah, going pretty good.
Going pretty good. How pissed do you think the acolytes for Nikki are going to be? The House of Nikki. How pissed do you think Clan Nikki's going to be? This is the second time around. We're not going to have him.
That they know, dude. No, it's like the third episode in a row that he's not with us.
No, he left. He was there for the beginning.
No. But then the second episode though.
That's right.
The Book of Enoch episode.
That's right. He's not here.
To kind of show a little of the making of the podcast, we filmed 2 episodes at the same time.
Yeah.
Well, back to back, not at the same time.
Yeah. As much of Annie's social shut-ins as we are, we actually do have shit we have to do. So we thought it best if we did. Dude, what is he doing?
Dude,
he's going
he
ape
is
shit
going
on
off.
this bed. We can edit this out.
Nah. I want people to know what I deal with with this little abusive little fucker.
Yeah. Oh, it turns out we were just joshing, and Nikki's right here with us.
Yeah, here he is. Here's Nikki, producer Nick. First camera debut.
There he is.
Admin reveal.
Yeah. He just doxed him.
Docs Nikki.
Mm-hmm.
This is executive producer Milo.
Yep. Are you ready for this?
For your topic?
Yeah.
I am.
All right. So this one is something that's near and dear to my heart, and that is shitting on Ed and Lorraine Warren. So, I'm going to do a little deep dive into them and the cool stuff that they did. But not only that, I'm just going to go over, I'm not going to really get into their lives unless it's negative. Then I'll cover it. You can be sure of it. But I'm not going to get into like what they started, all their horseshit. We all know their horseshit. I'm going to get into more of some of the cases that we obviously know are bullshit, and some of the other ones that leave a little bit mystery to it. Sometimes they stumbled into some fucking spooky shit.
A little bit of wiggle room.
Yeah.
So not to instantly get off topic, but so I think in our haunted objects episode, we touched on the Warrens a little bit.
Yeah. We won't be revisiting Annabelle.
And so during the promotion of that episode, I like would post a couple pictures on the Instagram of like whatever, you know?
Yeah.
And I posted a picture of the Warrens, and then somebody like replied to the story. They obviously didn't read the caption that I wrote, because in the caption I like wrote that they were fucking grifters.
Yeah.
And then they were just like, those people are pieces of shit liars. Like
we know.
Yeah, and they like, and I was like, yeah, that's what I said.
Don't worry, listener. We're aware.
Yeah.
So those just joining in, Ed and Lorraine Warren are basically the reason why James Wan is a billionaire.
The guy from Aquaman.
Yeah, the guy that did Aquaman. The reason all those Conjuring and Annabelle movies exist is because of these people. Ed and Lorraine Warren were paranormal investigators. Big fucking air quotes around that. Authors and lecturers and self-professed demonologists and clairvoyant.
The demonology thing is interesting.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. It's interesting once you figure out that like that term, like the demonologist, and like that term, like the Catholic Church doesn't even have these. Like they have people that specialize in like the more occult aspects of religion and stuff like that. But that was like a term that Ed Warren kind of
coined,
helped fucking, he definitely helped kind of make it what it is today.
Okay.
Like, like a demonologist, you could say like used to be more like an Aleister Crowley type, you know, like they had that kind of terminology and stuff, but Ed Warren and his fucking darling wife are kind of the reason why when you think of it today, you're like, oh yeah, it's a fucking crackpot who writes books for money.
Yeah, it's pretty crazy because they look exactly like the actors that played them in the movie.
Yeah. Believe me, I'm gonna get to it. Me and the old lady like watched all of them while I was researching this, and every time I'm just like, damn.
Yeah.
So they just took the title, huh? They just rewrote all of that shit.
Yeah.
Like Ed Warren looks like fucking Colin Farrell in The Penguin.
Fuck.
Dude, that's what he looks like.
He looks like fucking what's his name? The L. Ron Hubbard.
Yeah. If he was like fucking gigantic and Italian. Like, dude, he looks like you know how Super Mario's a plumber? Well, whoever his boss is Ed Warren.
Fuck yeah.
Like he looks like plumber Super Mario's boss.
Yeah.
At the dispatch office. You gotta go down to 109th. They got another clog on that. Fourth floor. And then his wife, Lorraine, she looks just like the fucking evil stepmom from Cinderella. Like she does, looks like she's shaped like her.
Yeah.
Her weird fucking high-collared goddamn ruffles and shit.
I didn't post too many pictures of the family in the Mongoose episode.
Yeah.
But the Margaret, the wife, actually like looked like the stepmom from Cinderella.
Yeah, they all did.
Yeah.
Back in the day. All right, let's get into what these guys did. So these guys, like, they've you know, they're kind of in the amateur world for a long time. They start the New England Society for Psychic Research, the oldest ghost hunting group in New England. That's the thing too. Their shit, like they'll call themselves kind of like paranormal investigator, like anything that isn't directly kind of like haunted or demon related, they're fucking out. Like you can't go to these guys for aliens. Like they didn't want
Bigfoot?
anything. No, nothing to fucking do with that. Nothing to do, any kind of cryptid, nothing to do with that. They had like a strict lane that they stuck to, and it was basically everything's demons.
I wonder if that has something to do with. I'm not saying that Bigfoot hunters or UFO hunters are like scientists, but I feel like since those ones are more supposed tangible objects, like there's some more scientific language behind them. And so maybe like if like, you know, there's like
it attracts a higher caliber.
Yeah. So it's like if there's a guy that's like, you know, even though he's a Bigfoot hunter, he probably kind of like knows his shit about animals. And then once you kind of once he interacts with the Warrens, he's like, oh, these people are full of shit.
I think that's what, because they would already kind of like rub other ghost huntery paranormal investigators the wrong way. Like they didn't like them. And I think that my theory is close to yours, but I think that there was just too much science of any kind. Because like with those kind of like cryptid ones, like you're at least gonna have like a geologist, like
for sure,
archaeologist and shit.
Yeah.
And the minute that like an actual person who's gone to college for a thing like listens to them, they're just like, the fuck, what?
Yeah.
like it's real quick.
Yeah.
And I think it's also why they stick to the shit where they can be like, it's demons, right? Because like they kind of put the clergy in a spot where like the clergy is like, I mean, no, we kind of come in and recommend like therapy and like, you know, because like whenever the clergy responds to one of these things, like they usually come in first with science to be like, yeah, maybe you should try some fucking lithium first.
And also too, when it comes to ghosts, like that's usually linked to like a real world death or something, or linked to like a family. And so if you say, oh, it's a demon, it's not linked to anything, so they could just kind of like go off.
They could
in the woods
and say whatever they want about the entity without worrying about who they're working with. Because a lot of the times they're dealing in like, you know, families in distress or the sight of a fucking family annihilation, or it's almost how they find out. That's what Amityville is. Yeah. Like before, so Amityville put them on the map, and I can't even really tell you how. They had nothing to do with the book. So the book, the book was written by Jay Anson, and he's like the only person that I could find that like didn't get fucking heavily sued while this whole thing was going on. But Amityville basically breaks down like this. Amityville started off in the DeFeo family, and then Ronald DeFeo Jr., the son, he killed everybody in his family in that house. Right? And then the house is vacant for about a year. I think it's like 13 months, some change. And then George and Kathy Lutz move in, and the Lutzes leave the house 28 days later, leave all their shit there, and then they have their shit moved out later on. And while they were there, they claim that a bunch of shit happened, and you can go into it, you can go read the Amityville horror book or whatever. But they basically sent this guy, Jay Anson, 45 hours of them being recorded talking about their experiences in the house, everything ranging from greenish black slime oozing up the stairs to the priests getting sick and attacked by various like ailments and flies and shit.
I remember
at their house.
I remember the flies being a big thing.
Yeah. And so he wrote the book based on, he like never really talked to them. He just had like a bunch of recordings.
Okay.
He wrote this book and it became a hit. And then right after that, Ed and Lorraine Warren decided to investigate the Amityville house. And while they're there, they do their own horse shit. Now, George and Kathy Lutz have been gone, right? They're now like kind of writing the coattails of that book while the Ed and Lorraine are in there doing their bullshit. And they come out and they kind of get famous too from Amityville. They start going on talk shows when other people like won't. that were actually connected to the Amityville thing. Like,
okay.
they've been to the house a couple times, but they just say like, it's full of demons, shouldn't go in there. And then the next property owner that bought it, put up some signs, keep people away, and he's like, nothing's ever happened here. It's just like a fucking quaint little boathouse, except for the family tragedy.
Yeah.
But that kind of gets them started, and it gets them the idea that like if we just go to these spooky spots and make ourselves known and be loud enough, we can make money at this. And so the next ones that they kind of get into, you kind of start a string of these where they'll find out about some shit and they'll just show up. Like, that's the thing that, like, we watch all those movies and stuff, and it's like all these families in distress being like, God, who's going to help us?
Yeah, thank God you're here.
Yeah, or they're like, pray. And then, like, fucking Lorraine will be, like, at her house with her kid and be like, oh, fuck. Oh, Ed, we're needed. Oh, there's a dead witch's ghost at a farm. And then they just go. No, nothing ever. Like, they weren't. So the Enfield one, that's the one that The Conjuring 2 is based off of. They weren't even allowed in.
Oh, okay.
They just heard about it because it was through, it went through like the BBC, like reported on it and stuff. It was like a big thing over there. Like, these people were tormented by a poltergeist that turned out, unfortunately, to be a hoax. Like, people have gone on record that, like, they have video of the kid like bending the spoons and breaking the shit. They actually included that in the movie, which I thought was pretty cool. But they weren't allowed in. They were turned away at the door because none of the family knew him. And Ed Warren is quoted as trying to talk to the mom and saying, like, there's money to be made here. And then she said no, and he was like, fuck it. Fucking him and his wife packed up and took off. They were there for a total, I think it's like an hour and a half.
Sick.
And then they fucking bailed.
Fuck yeah. They moved and they made $1 billion movie off of it.
Oh yeah. Oh, that's the weird part. We'll get into their like movie careers, but that gets pretty spooky in my book. But every once in a while, the Warrens, like under this kind of guise, they would stumble into some shit that really like every once in a while they're stumbling shit like some real shit, like the Union Cemetery. That's one of their famous cases. The Union Cemetery is one of the oldest cemeteries that like we have. Like it's old as shit, and it's known for having a white lady ghost. Now this thing, I'm sure, scared the shit out of both of them, because this wasn't just like come in here, fucking scratch your head, tell them it's a demon, fucking bail, go on the talk show circuit.
Yeah.
This thing.
Did they write books? Sorry to interrupt. Okay.
Oh yeah, very poorly written one.
Okay.
Like, their like modus operandi is like they would go and get like some aspiring writer, college student, and like that would be the
ghostwriter.
Yeah,
the ghost. Okay.
Every time they come out, so like the Warrens would have a case, and then like every once in a while they get like it would get big in the media, and they would go on the talk show circuit. But the talk shows, as you know, they're just not going to put you up and be like, oh yeah, all right. They always have like a skeptic guy too, and those guys are tight because they're all like actual paranormal investigators.
Yeah,
but they long ago they've known that whatever the Warrens are working on is probably a hoax. So they'll just go on these talk shows, and they fucking hate them. Like it is this contentious relationship between like Ed and Warren were not like Ed and Lorraine are not fucking cool in the paranormal world even back then.
Okay.
One guy is quoted as saying, if Lorraine had a clairvoyant vision of the sun rising tomorrow, I'd get a second opinion. Like they hated them. But the Union Cemetery has a white lady ghost, and a white lady ghost, these things are kind of creepy. They remind me of kind of like a cryptid almost.
Oh, wow.
Because they are everywhere.
There's one in Mount Madonna.
I know that legend. Yeah. They're everywhere. They usually come from like it's usually a woman who meets her end at a really fucked up way.
Yeah,
like what it takes. Do you know what an honor killing is?
Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They think that they kind of got their start in that practice.
Okay. Is the honor killing is if like a unmarried woman gets pregnant or is sexually assaulted and then their dad kills them?
All of the above.
Okay.
Could be your husband or your dad or whatever, but it's basically like the girl who maybe had a relationship with like a slave.
Okay, yeah,
Like,
yeah.
You got to honor kill that one.
Okay.
Cut it off with the root.
Yeah.
You know? That it goes for
The podcast does not support honor killing.
yeah. You can get honor killed for adultery, actual or suspected.
Suspected.
Yeah. Denial of sex. They didn't do that shit back in the day. Or abuse. So if you were sexually abused, we could honor kill you, and it's meant to restore your honor.
Oh, okay. I thought it was if your wife starts hitting you.
No. What, dude?
Well, yeah. What's that thing? Like you see in the Instagram videos where like if you see a woman in the making this fucking hand signal.
I haven't seen that.
Yeah. It's like it's always some like fucking Russian fucking bullshit where it's like a skit of like some guy holding a girl
Right.
and she's like staring at the camera like all cross-eyed, and then she's just like making some fucking hand gesture, and then they're like, yeah, if you see a woman making that hand gesture, that means that she's like a victim of kidnapping or abuse.
So we should honor kill her.
Yeah, and I am making that symbol.
Dude, check this out. This is an origin story of a white lady ghost in Brazil. So this is kind of the shit that old Ed and Lorraine found themselves up against.
Oh, okay.
So there was one in Brazil.
So not to interrupt, but this is this the case that they discover? Or is this just a different one?
This is just an example of one. Cool. So they're in every single country.
Okay.
Every single one. England, Ireland, the United States, the Philippines, Malaysia, China, Germany, everywhere. Everywhere has some form of the white lady ghost, and this is just one from Brazil. So she was made when her relationship with a slave man was discovered, and she starved to death because her husband would only feed her stewed meat made from the guy's body. Yeah, some real fucking spooky shit.
Yeah, I have a nagging suspicion that husband was a real piece of work.
Yeah. I mean, he's doing his due diligence here according to the honor killing thing. I don't know what you want from me. All right, rules are rules.
It says honor in the name.
Doing this for you. Jesus. So Ed and Lorraine, they get to the old Union Cemetery where there's a white lady ghost. And they stay about a day and a half. And all that Ed will say is that he claimed to have seen the ghost and to have video of it. No one's seen it. No one's seen it. It's got to be locked up in the museum.
Oh, yeah.
That's another convenient thing too, is they have this museum and it costs $13. This is back in the day before they all died.
Should we go?
You can't anymore. The kids shut it down.
Oh, he's like, I ain't keeping this shit up.
Fuck no, dude. They had a daughter, but she's got that Conjuring money now, so she's like, fucking, fuck all this paranormal shit.
Yeah.
So no one's ever seen that, and the stuff that they will produce about it is just some like grainy photographs taken at night and nothing of merit.
Yeah, I love that. I love how that's like, it's so funny because you're literally talking about people that will fucking just monetize everything.
Yeah.
And then they have footage of something and they're like, oh, we can't release it. Yeah, exactly. It's like, okay, you fucking dipshits.
Yeah. Well, a lot of their like evidence and stuff is accounts kind of from Ed or Lorraine. And like a lot of their like this is what happened.
Yeah. Well,
it'll be like a vision that Lorraine
that she has. Yeah.
Like the Perrin family, that's another one that I'll be covering. I'll just jump into it right now. The Perrin family is what The Conjuring, the first one. Like that house.
I will go on the record.
Yeah.
I've never seen any of those movies.
Right. You should.
Should I?
Yeah.
Right.
They're great if you just want, like, dude, take one of your fucking gum-gums. And
my gum-gums?
Yeah, dude.
Get catatonic?
Yeah, dude. And then watch some of those Conjuring movies. They're hilarious. They all follow the same kind of modus operandi where, like, you know, the kids it's always the kids. They're like in a new house and then they start fucking around in an old closet and they find some old dead kid's toy. And then after that, it's just a matter of time before this ghost starts fucking throwing you through bookshelves.
Do they have anything to do with the Babadook, or is that some other shit?
No, that movie's terrible.
Babadook is?
Yeah. That movie's terrible.
What's the other one? The other demon, I don't know. Some guy like sees it on film. Fuck, they're all the fucking same.
Right.
It doesn't matter.
I mean, all of them are related back to, like, everything in those universes are related, like The Nun and all of those are kind of them.
Yeah.
So then they try their hand at the old Parent Family. The Parent Family is what, like, the first Conjuring movie for those that watch the films. Like, that's kind of what they're talking about. And Ed and Lorraine just kind of show up there, and all their evidence is basically clairvoyant ass Lorraine being like, there are dark spirits surrounding the family. And then out of nowhere, Ed goes, it used to be owned by a witch named Bathsheba Sherman.
Bless you.
Yeah, right? Yeah, mic on.
Cut it.
Yeah, god damn it.
Fucking Nikki.
Yeah. Nikki number 2.
Nikki number 2.
Yeah. And so he says that there's owned by this old witch. There's no record of this shit. Like, I don't know what to tell you. Like, there may be one historical document naming an old landowner's wife, but like he goes on to be like, no. It was the sister of one of the fucking Salem witch ladies.
Jesus.
And they're like, what the fuck? Like, they're on talk shows while this shit's happening. Though you can go look up video of them on talk shows, and like they usually have just like some scientist there, and he's just like, yeah, all right. The farmhouse was built in 1820. The Salem shit happened in the 1600s. You dumb fuck. How are they sisters? Like, you could tell he wants to fucking just throttle Ed Warren so badly.
Like,
because it's usually a dude that's like Merv Grossman, who like spent time at the Enfield Poltergeist. He was like a credible paranormal investigator. It was like if the people, remember the dude from the Mongoose episode who like made his fucking living just like debunking shit? But wanted to believe. It was like those people are always the ones that go on the TV show against Ed and Lorraine.
Yeah. Because this is kind of like the dawn of morning talk shows where they're like on.
I mean, they're like more like evening shows.
Yeah.
They're on like, you know, old fucking Dick Van Dyke type shit.
Okay.
Be like, my next guest, real spooky occult leaders, and then they'll bring them out.
Okay,
and usually like one guy to like talk shit.
Okay. Yeah,
I've like researching this. I've had fucking wet dreams about being that guy. Like, God, I would have loved to go on there against Ed and Lorraine. Just fucking talk. Like, let me talk some shit. I would love it.
Yeah, I will say I'm, you know, as like a guy that's super into conspiracies and paranormal shit, I do like ghost stuff. I usually am like more spooked by ghost stuff and almost think that it's more real than a lot of the other stuff that I like will research or look into. But I don't really look into it that much. So I actually never heard of Ed and Lorraine Warren until like later on, until those fucking Conjuring movies came out.
Yeah, you don't have to get their names right.
Okay.
It's better if you don't.
Yeah.
Now, Eric, I know what you're thinking.
Can I have one of those?
Yeah.
Can I try one of these?
I know what you're thinking.
Friend of the show.
They're rich, famous grifters who like to be in Hollywood. Where's the sexual abuse? Funny you should ask. So, Ed is accused in 2017. He's already dead by this time. But then a young woman comes forward who says that she had a 40-year-long extramarital affair, right, with Ed Warren starting when she was 15. Now, a lot of people, this kind of got like swept under the rug, and then a lot of people got a little suspicious when they found out that it's written into all those Conjuring movies that Ed or Lorraine cannot be portrayed having extramarital affairs or engaging in sexual abuse of minors.
Fuck.
Yeah.
So Yeah,
it is in their contract, so those characters cannot be portrayed that way.
Yeah, because of those movies, they portray them as like totally straight, right?
Dude,
like they're real.
It is so fucking wild. If you research anything about Ed and Lorraine Warren and then go watch one of those movies, you're wondering like, what the fuck is this horseshit? They weren't even allowed in the fucking house at
based
the
on
Enfield.
true events.
Yeah.
Fuck.
And you watch the Conjuring 2, and he at one point he has an acoustic guitar and is singing fucking Elvis tunes to all the kids to soothe them while they're being haunted. Excuse me. While they're being haunted by ghosts.
Sick.
He's got his acoustic guitar out singing fucking what is it? Fucking wise men say.
Oh shit.
Yeah, only fools rush in.
The song from fucking the song from fucking Sliver.
Yeah.
What was that, UB40?
Yeah.
Dude, when I was a kid, I loved that song.
Yeah.
The UB40 song of
Why not?
yeah. And I
Good shit.
really liked that movie when I was a kid too.
I know. Dude, you should have seen the fucking paranormal community when this fucking little news got leaked. Oh, man, we were vicious.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. 40 years? You're fucking psychic, Lorraine.
Yeah.
you didn't. God damn.
Jesus.
So, yeah, that happened. Ugh.
Are we allowed to talk about, or are we going to get sued?
What? The sexual abuse?
Yeah.
I'm fucking saw part of their Wikipedia page, so I think it's pretty public knowledge by now.
Yeah. What a piece of shit.
I saw it coming. Come on.
Oh, yeah. If you look at him.
Yeah.
If you look at a picture of him,
100%.
you're like, I feel assaulted.
100%. Ed Warren, dude,
Yeah.
he looks like the sketchy ass coach of a little league team. You're just like, dude, this isn't good.
Yeah. He looks like, oh, dude, you know who he fucking looks like? Do you remember back in the day that episode of Tales from the Crypt? The one when the big old fat dude was married to Demi Moore?
No.
Oh, there's this one where this like big old fucking fat crazy looking dude with like a bunch of makeup and stuff on, and he's like married to Demi Moore, super hot Demi Moore.
Yeah.
And then she's married, she's like with him because he's like loaded, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then she goes and sees like a fortune teller, and then the fortune teller tells her that she's gonna inherit a bunch of money. And then so she's like, oh, I'm fucking leaving you. I've been fucking this dude this whole time, blah, blah, blah. And then he like gets all fucking crazy. And then I think somehow she kills him. And then
That's where the problems start.
and then he dies. And then in his will, he like leaves her a bunch of money. But then she gets caught and gets like killed by the electric chair or something.
Sick.
Yeah.
No, he looks just like Ed
He
Warren.
looks just like him.
Yep.
I'll post a fucking picture of
Yeah,
him.
dude. Ed Warren looks like fucking Henry Portrait of a Serial Killer's fucking partner in crime in that movie.
I love it.
It looks like the season 2, episode 1 from Tales from the Crypt. Dead right.
I knew it.
You knew what?
I don't know. I just knew I saw that. I knew I didn't make it up.
You been fucking around in that goddamn the fucking Bulgarian town while you've been away?
Yeah.
Did you get radiationized?
Yeah. Yeah.
What?
Nothing. It's just funny that that whole story in Bulgaria, I'm pretty sure that they just dug up some radioactive shit and everyone was hallucinating.
Yeah. So we know that Ed and Lorraine they're fucking dirty goddamn grifters. But every once in a while they do come in. Remember how I told you that the Enfield poltergeist is largely thought to be a hoax? Well, one of the weird ones is in 2024. So one of the claims that they made at the time of the Enfield poltergeist was that this little girl Judith, she could become kind of not possessed, but the dead could talk through her. So one of the voices she would do was a guy she called Bill. And she claims that Bill died in a chair in the house. right? And nobody fessed up to this. Hard to find the property records, whatever. It was like England, like basically like England Section 8 housing. People have been in and out of it fucking ever. And it's England, so like the house was built in like 1498.
Yeah. Was there a mongoose there?
Yeah. Well, in 2024, while they were doing an episode of a show called Haunted, somebody called into the show and produced records showing that his father, whose name was William Wilkins, they called him Bill, did indeed live at that house and died of a hemorrhage in an armchair in the living room.
Oh.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean. It's one of the reasons why, like, you know, I picked Ed and Lorraine, like, to, you know, I love talking shit on them, but like without them, we wouldn't know about a lot of these cases.
Yeah.
With right or wrong, we wouldn't know about them without their horse shit. Granted, their horse shit just muddles up any kind of actual fucking investigation that needs to happen, but it does put on the map for dickheads like me and you to talk about it on a podcast.
There you go. Yeah, it's just hard because we know from researching a handful of episodes that we've done where like there'll be actual reports and then there'll be like a weird story that like somehow gets intertwined in them. Yeah. And then somehow that becomes like perpetuated into the like lore.
Yeah. And if you're ever in one and then like Ed and Lorraine pop up, you're just like, ah, fuck, here we go.
Yeah.
Like even doing this as at the fucking novice hobby level that we do it at. Yeah. I'm to the point now where I'm researching something and then like Ed and Lorraine Warren get on the scene. I'm just like, ah, fuck me. Here we go.
New topic for the week.
Damn it.
New topic. Yeah.
What's she saying? Is it demons again? Damn it. Demons again. So the Enfield poltergeist is kind of left like unended. Like they went back and talked to her, the girl, like as an adult. And basically what she said was she trashed the thing and everything they caught that was a hoax was because whatever entities there said that they would hurt her family. Oh. Is what she says.
Yeah. Man, I bet you those people that were like involved in paranormal things as children and then it becomes like this big media circus, those people probably grow up to be pretty well-adjusted fucking adults.
100%.
Yeah.
100%. Yeah. Nothing bad ever happened.
No. At least she didn't see a fucking weird clown fucking scarecrow.
No, even better. She got fucking Ed Warren poking around.
Yeah. And then they dated for 40 years.
Yeah. Yeah. They weren't letting the house in the Enfield poltergeist. That's weird. Why? Oh, the mom caught him outside fucking sniffing the laundry lines. Told him to kick rocks. Yeah, the Enfield one's great. If you watch The Conjuring 2, you like I'm the worst fucking target audience. Just like antisocial dickhead is not who they were marketing that movie for because I'm fully on the old man ghost side. Like the whole movie revolves around this fucking old man ghost, and like, all right, you're an old man, right? You're at your house, and then all of a sudden, like fucking single mom and her fucking 6 kids just invade. And how are you going to be? I'd be pissed. So this dude's pissed. He's just trying to watch the news. That's like a whole thing there. Is the whole scene of the little girl trying to watch like fucking, I don't know what they fucking watch. Monty Python, whatever.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you like little like British kids?
Yeah. I don't know what they watch. What cartoons they have.
Yeah.
And she keeps trying to change the channel. And finally this fucking old man ghost just pops out and goes, get out! And fucking changes it back to the news. It's the sickest shit.
Fuck yeah.
I'm watching it, just laughing my ass off, high off my ass. My wife's just like, you can't identify with the ghost. And I'm like, dude, look at this fucking shambles of a family. Get the fuck out. Like, noisy as shit.
Beat it.
Then we get another interesting case that I thought was the Smurls, Jack and Janet.
So wait, this one is in England. Man, they like are really fucking.
No, this is in Pennsylvania.
No, I'm just saying, like they're really.
Yeah, that's the thing, dude. They weren't afraid to like, spend money to make it, man. They were finding themselves all over the place. They say that Ed and Lorraine Warren investigated. Like Ed and Lorraine say this.
Yes,
but they say they investigated 10,000 cases.
Jesus.
Yeah.
Can you imagine that? Good God,
dude, you should Google like the museum. It has one guy that went through it. He literally, I think I said in another episode, but he literally like, quotes it as saying like, it looks like this dude went to fucking yard sales around the world and then just shoved it in his garage.
Sick.
Like they have everything.
And you say the kids didn't want to keep it up, huh?
No.
Yeah.
No, they got that Conjuring money and they're
Yeah.
like, fuck this.
Yeah.
Shut it down.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a brick and mortar. It was their house.
Yeah.
Which was also happened to be the center for psychic research and
Yeah, I couldn't even imagine because like my mom, she always talks about some storage unit she has
Right?
with like all my.
Doesn't it fucking remind you of our mothers? Like, it's just a bric-a-brac they like to keep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
like we're like, oh, do you want to go through the storage unit?
No,
No.
I don't.
Yeah, toss it,
Fuck.
all of it.
Just stop paying it and maybe we'll see it on TV on
Yeah.
Storage Wars.
Yeah,
Like, dude, whoever gets the fucking Warrens storage war.
yeah,
Fucking poor guy.
yeah.
He's not gonna know which way is up, dude. You got a samurai suit in there, all kinds of creepy kid toys. Like, you know how toys before like 1950 were just made to become ghosts?
Yeah, so
Like,
they
it's ghost
just
toys.
look haunted when they're
Yeah.
brand new. Yeah,
Yeah, this motherfucker had everyone. The monkey, the fucking every single one. He had
A
a
bunch of
wedding
fucking
dress
weird-
in there. Like some chick died in her wedding dress. This dude. That's the thing that gets me too, is knowing like what we now know about them.
Mm-hmm.
It makes them 10 times creepier almost. Like, imagine like, okay, like the wedding dress, right?
yeah,
That happened like somebody was supposed to get married and then they died like the day of, like while they were in it. And then imagine fucking creepy ass Ed and his fucking even creepier wife just show up like, well, we know you're going through a hard time right now, but would you mind if me and my wife keep that?
Do you think they bought them?
What's up?
Do you think they bought them off these people?
I think 90% of them are fake.
And they, oh, okay.
I think that they were bought from somewhere,
Oh, okay. And then
but I
they,
don't think that like.
And then they like tied a story to it.
Of course. I don't even think the Annabelle doll, like that whole thing, is just from Ed. There's no other. We don't have anybody else.
Oh, really?
There's nothing.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and it's wild when you like. I posted pictures of it in the haunted.
You post
object.
pictures of both.
Yeah.
The one from the movie,
Yeah.
which is like the fucking scariest doll ever made for
Yeah.
a child.
Yeah,
And then the real one, which
yeah.
is like.
Looks like fucking Chucky's bride and shit.
Yeah, dude, fucking.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a Raggedy Ann doll from
Yeah.
1974.
And it just looks like a brand new ass fucking Raggedy Ann doll.
That's probably what he did. He probably got some fucking. It's great in the movie. They're like, oh, just a cabinet won't do it. It needs an extra level of holy fortification. And then, wouldn't you know it, they just had to have some glass laying around from like a church. But he just fucking got a Raggedy Ann doll,
Well,
put it in a terrarium.
The podcast studio's wholly fortified.
With what?
Holy water.
Nice. Mm-hmm. Nice. Particular reason?
Yeah. The producer was about to whip out that mist.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. You could spray it. But
What
yeah,
is
that's what
with
this spray
you,
is.
this?
This is holy. This is holy mist.
Do you huff this when I'm not here? Do you have some like love affair with the mist while I'm not around?
Yeah.
It is
You do,
actually
don't
kind
you?
of stinky.
Yeah, he loves it.
Yeah.
It makes this place smell like an old suit. It's like mothballs in a can. Yeah.
Oh, it's fine.
Your special effects have taken over.
It's
I
good.
thought this was Nikki's fucking idea until today. Today, I figured out that it was your idea.
Yeah, of course it's my idea.
You want to have a fog machine in here, don't you?
Yeah, but I feel like something will happen.
I thought you said it's fucking fortified. The Holy Spirit or whatever.
Yeah, that's true. But the fire alarm will go off.
Yeah. When you say like holy fortified, are you talking about the fucking anime girl dolls?
Yeah.
Okay, good. I was making sure. I thought you lost the plot for a minute. Yeah.
Yeah, I have a whole shelf.
Yeah, dude. I sit on this side for a reason. That's fucking tight.
Yeah, I will never be showing those on camera.
Why?
Because I don't want people to think I'm a pervert.
Let's talk about the Smurls.
Okay.
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 All right. So this one I thought was pretty interesting because this one, like, we don't we do not know which way is up or down. I'm leaning towards this one's real. So the Smurls moved into a double block house on Chase Street in York, Pittston, Pennsylvania. All right, this is in 1973. They claim that the premises was disturbed by a demon. Now, this thing would have bad odors. It would move shit around. And then, you don't want to be on this thing's side.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So it would shake mattresses each night, getting more and more bold with its activities, you would call it. So then the violence started. So yeah, this family was fucking tortured, and this family never made a cent from this shit. They didn't want anything to do with it. They hated that Ed and Lorraine Warren kind of brought them into this shit, because then it kind of ramped things up. Because this family was like one of those families that you're like, dude, they were fucking scarred from this.
Okay.
So the thing, which is always kind of, it never manifests as like a physical entity. It was just like an invisible force. So it pushed their daughter down a flight of stairs and then started sexually assaulting everyone in the family. Like, this happened all the time. And then Ed and Lorraine get on the scene. So you have this family is like fucking shattered, obviously, because it's not mom, it's not just like the dog, it's dad, fucking everybody, dude.
And also no talk of moving.
Nope.
Okay.
Nope. This is 1973. They eventually do. Like, they get the fuck out of there.
Okay.
Like pretty soon after the Warrens show up. Because when the Warrens show up, they say that it fucking pissed off whatever was in there. And that doubled. That increased. It was very, very powerful, the Warrens said, and they made themselves pretty scarce around there. They actually like came in, pissed the thing off, and then they told the family, "Why don't you try playing some religious music and praying?" And then left.
Sick. Sick.
They were like, "Oh yeah, that might do it. That might do it."
Fuck.
Yeah, they weren't free of this. I liked it, they probably weren't free of it until Creed came along.
Yeah.
I'd tell you that. That's the only one powerful enough to get rid of this one. You need one last breath for this kind of thing, for the Smurls. You ain't getting rid of it without fucking Creed. Well, you can play winger at this fucking thing? No, dude. So I'll tell you to fuck right off. You come to it with the power of fucking higher. Now you're cooking with gas.
We actually formed a plan.
Yeah.
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 Yeah, we're actually going to go to a Creed show.
Fuck yeah, we are. Show up, dude. One of the Emperor's boys.
When are they coming?
August 9th.
August 9th.
Yeah, dude. Go see Creed. Dude, guess who's playing with him?
Who?
Fucking Three Doors Down.
Man, I hope they play their hit.
Woo! Which one?
You know they're going to play that song fucking 3 times.
Dude, my buddy Bruce saw like this same tour like a year ago, and like he said that they ended with it, and it was like if they played it 3 times in a row.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is like a huge, long, extended version of
This
it.
is gonna be like that Kendrick Lamar concert where he played that one song 7 times at Drake.
Yeah.
The Kryptonite one, dude.
Kryptonite. Yeah, that's the one. Yeah. Yep.
Yeah. So like we found out that Creed was coming through, and I started looking over like, dude, there's so like all of the fucking boys are back.
I wonder what their merch looks like.
Dude, like anything that you were into when you were like 9
Yeah.
is fucking, they're playing arenas now.
Yeah. Well,
it's so sick.
It's really funny because when that shit was new, I hated it. Creed.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was just like, this shit is so
It wasn't cool.
No, it was fucking so
It wasn't cool
whack.
yet.
And then they start playing it in memes.
Yeah.
And like funny little Warhammer clips. And then all of a sudden it just like infects your little brain.
Wait, all right, so you can play your own music while you're playing video games on
Yeah.
like the fucking PlayStation, whatever. I think you can do it on Xbox too, but like you put on fucking Higher or One Last Breath while you're Space Marining, dude, tell me that shit doesn't go fucking hard. Have you seen them like they did an entire video?
Oh yeah, I've seen the montages
in
and
the
shit.
voice and shit. So it's the Space Marine voice in the helmet.
He's singing Creed and shit. Yeah.
Uh-oh. It's a poltergeist. So the poor schmirls got left with their doctor's orders from that was the other one too. Like fucking Ed was like a Dr. fucking Ed Warren, demonologist.
Fuck.
So he shows up. Like I don't know. Like it wasn't too long after they showed up that they had to like abandon the house. And like the house now, I think this is the one that fucking
Zach Baggins.
Zach Baggins bought this bad boy.
Modern day grifter.
Yeah, dude. He's like the modern day version.
Yeah.
You know, I wouldn't be surprised if it was like Ed's nephew or something like that. Because he I think he has a lot of their shit, like a lot of their fucking spooky museum shit. I think that went to him.
Okay.
And let's see. Sorry, here, let me get my notes in order.
I just remembered the story of that Tales from the Crypt episode I was thinking of.
Oh, yeah?
Demi Moore wins the lottery, and then she tells the husband that she hates him and she won the lottery and she's going to leave him, and then he kills her, and then he gets electrocuted.
Tight.
Yeah.
It was better the other way. You should have rewritten it. So I think I'll end this episode out on good old Arnie Johnson. Now, Arnie Johnson, he was the basis for the Conjuring film The Devil Made Me Do It.
How many of those movies is there?
Oh, fuck, dude. There's like...
And there's a bunch of offshoots, right?
Yeah.
Because
So
isn't the Nun
has 2.
Yeah.
Annabelle has like 3.
Okay.
The Conjuring proper has 3.
Damn.
4?
And then it's all that Wong guy producing all of them, right?
James Wan, dude.
Yeah.
He got lucky with that first one. He did the Insidious ones, too.
The Insidious ones are the demon ones, right?
Those ones are tight.
Yeah, where the guy's dressed up like Darth Maul and
Yeah,
shit.
dude, I actually like those ones.
Okay.
The first one is fucking like... It's a good haunted house story.
Okay.
Yeah. And I love anything that Lynn Shay's in. She's like the the bitchy mom from Detroit Rock City.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's great. She's a fucking treasure in all these. So Arnie Johnson is a complex one. So the movie is marketed as the first time that demonic possession has been used as a defense in a court trial. Now, a better way to say that was the first time that a defense has been rejected by a court
Okay.
in the United States for demonic possession.
Okay.
No, they did not accept that. He was found fucking guilty of manslaughter. He served 5 years out of a 10-year sentence. He basically, him and his landlord had a contentious relationship. His landlord got all drunk, came over, antagonized. He fucking stabbed the shit out of him.
Okay.
And then the Warrens got involved with what to do with old Arnie. Because check this out. These people were already kind of whacked. They got duped into the Warrens by doing a exorcism on their young nephew, this like little kid. And they say that while they were doing that exorcism, Arnie Johnson offered himself to the demon in lieu of the kid. And they say that's how he got possessed, and that it was like 2 months later that this happened, right? And when you actually look into the trial of Arnie Johnson, a lot of people get a little more than pissed because, they were drinking all day. And then the landlord comes over. They also worked for him too. It was this really weird kind of setup. They ran like a dog kennel. And then they were partying at night, and then like they came back, and Arnie had wandered off, covered in this dude's blood, and then claimed that he couldn't remember anything.
Okay.
But they kept changing their story and shit. Long story short, they put him in like a special wing of the prison, basically for like, yeah, you should be in an institution, but we don't have those anymore. So go here instead. Yeah. Give me your fruit cup. But it started one of those things where people started paying closer attention to the claims that were being made by Ed and Lorraine Warren, because this actually reached like a court system. So remember the farmhouse in The Conjuring? So with the Bathsheba and all of that, like they started going and looking at that pretty recently. And all of the claims that they make have not only been found to be like false, but also pretty fucking. So they claim that also the Native American tribe that used to inhabit the land that the house was built on used to discard their mentally ill and, quote, crippled in this patch of land. And so they came out and were like, the fuck? And so like a member of their tribe came out to the press and was like, this is absolutely not true. What the hell?
Fuck.
Yeah, it was tight. So all of these claims start coming out, like all of them, they like go through it and they get more and more like in depth, but they start paying attention basically.
Okay.
And so that's kind of the Arnie Johnson one is one of the ones that kind of before it was just like paranormal people being like, dude, fuck them.
Yeah.
And now it was like actual people because like they're now on the map, like almost in a criminal justice kind of way. And yeah, everything that they fucking touched either got worse or it fucking fizzled out into nothing.
Okay.
And then they got their movie deals and the movies continue to get churned out. Right now we're slated for 3 more. 3 of them. There's the Crooked Man, the Conjure. Yeah, the Crooked Man is like, dude, it's like Stephen King movies.
Yeah.
Like, this one will be the giant fucking cup monster.
Yeah, Stephen King's on his typewriter and he's just looking around. He's just like, yeah. It's
Like,
a haunted
we're slated
lampshade.
for 3 more of them, and it's fucking. I had a blast with this episode.
Fuck.
Because every time you get into one, because it does this thing, like especially if you're going through like YouTube or Wikipedia or whatever, there's either like 2 camps you fall in.
Yeah.
There's like people like us who are like, dude, fuck all that.
Yeah.
You know it's fucking hoaxy as shit and kind of shitty. I just want to talk shit on it.
Yeah.
And then there's like this other lane that are like, they fucking birthed paranormal research and shit. Like there's a whole category of folks out there that are like, they're fucking great.
Oh, I believe it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And their whole thing was the grift.
I haven't done any ghost stories yet.
They're fun. They're
Yeah.
fun. Like that dude, that white lady one, that one's wild because they're everywhere.
Yeah.
They're
yeah.
everywhere.
Like I said, there's one up in Watsonville in Mount Madonna.
Yeah. They made there's a fucking Conjuring verse one, the La Llorona.
Oh, okay. Trying to tap into that Latin American market
Yep. Yeah. What did you think?
of your story.
Yeah.
I loved it.
My fucking in-depth dive into the grift of fucking Ed and Lorraine Warren.
Yeah. No, it's good because we kind of touched on it a tad in the haunted objects episode,
Yeah.
and then me and you just like instantly were just talking shit because we know that they're grifters, and then but it's like they definitely deserve a full episode.
Oh, of course.
Yeah.
Well, don't get me wrong too. Like I'm grateful that they existed because like I'm telling you, we might not know about any of these topics or they would look vastly different.
Yeah.
They wouldn't be as colorful without Ed and Lorraine
Yeah. At least
around with their bullshit.
they give some entertainment.
I feel bad
it's
to
a-
the fucking Smurls.
Yeah, it's a bummer to the people that they fucking grifted and hurt though. But
Yeah. Which there were many. Dude, the Lutzes, they were the ones from Amityville, the ones that left. They sued fucking everybody.
Did they?
They sued the Hearst Corporation. They sued the people that helped Ed and Lorraine write their bullshit book. Then they got countersued by the Hearst Corporation. Like, it became a legal fucking fiasco. Almost killed off that fucking Amityville movie franchise.
Did they make any money off the?
The Lutzes?
Yeah.
I'm sure they nominally small amounts, like here and there.
And they never went on like a talk show circuit.
Oh, a
right?
ton.
Oh,
A
they
ton.
did. Okay,
the Lutzes? Yeah, a ton.
because they're the ones that said that it was haunted. Correct?
Yeah. Well, Amityville is kind of that thing where like it was already a grift in progress from the Lutzes. Like
Okay.
they've fully been kind of outed as like hoaxsters for
Okay.
like the whole Amityville thing. They just kind of bought this house on the cheap because of family annihilation happened.
Did they have a kid?
The Lutzes?
Yeah.
I think they had 2.
Yeah. So I watched a documentary years ago on Netflix when I think it was like they based it off of one of their kids.
Yeah.
And he was like some super insufferable fucking asshole.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And he was just like a bunch of rock music and stuff like that. And he was like some like shaved head, fucking weird New York guy and like a wife beater.
Of course.
And then he was like talking to like a therapist, and it was essentially trying to like unpack all his like demons and shit.
So one of the ones that they were really adept at finding fucking human suffering that could be kind of construed in a paranormal way.
Okay.
Like that's what I really do think the Warrens' gift was. Like, you know, the Haunting in Connecticut movie, whatever, like that was based on a case they did. So like, that was a family with like a teenage son with cancer, and like the house that they found that was cheap enough to rent closer to his cancer treatments is the one that they kind of honed in on.
Oh, okay.
And they were like, it used to be a mortuary, and they like talked them into having seances and shit. But then the actual like story of that house, like there was a mortuary there, but none of the other seancey shit happened. But that family, like they're like, when the Warrens kind of came along, they were already dealing with some shit, like paranormally, and their stories are fucking creepy as shit. They just describe all of these different, like almost like Nightmare Before Christmas looking characters. They said they looked like claymation almost, but they would walk around and they had like, they were all different shapes. So like one was like a little fat man that was like 3 feet tall with a huge black fucking grin and a little suit. He would just be waddling around and shit, or a giant tall one, shit, like Funhouse mirror kind of stuff. And I thought that was way spookier than whatever their horse shit was.
Yeah.
The fucking seance kid and the puking up, you remember the puking up the fucking sludge on the poster. But it's shit like that. Like they had like this natural fucking knack for finding like, oh, you're a fucking shattered family because your kid's going through cancer. Like, we can fucking feed off this. Yeah.
Fuckers.
I know, dude. I know. I'm torn because I'm like, dude, I don't know. It's like Charles Manson or something. Like you're like, dude, I don't like that any of it happened, but it is an aspect of American culture now. Yeah. You know, it's like, that's how I feel about the Warrens. It's like, I feel bad that they probably grifted their way and fucking hurt more people than they fucking helped, but
70s, man.
Yeah, dude, they didn't give a fuck.
The weird time.
In the 80s.
In the 80s? Okay.
Yeah, dude, Ed didn't die until like 2006.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, and dude, Lorraine died. She was 90 something. She died in like 2019, I think.
Oh, okay. So she actually like made money off the movies.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. She's in a couple of them.
Is she?
Yeah, they put her in as like an extra or whatever. Like they make up this shit where they were like always fucking invited to colleges to lecture.
No,
not true. Like they were probably invited to colleges, but more the way that like, you know, fucking riffraff is.
Come to the
student union.
Yeah, come to the coffee shop on campus. And talk to the student paranormal group.
Yeah. That was like way more, but like in the movies, it's like they're like in the classroom doing a lecture. Like, everybody have their notes? All right. It's fucked up. I love it.
So fucking stupid.
All right.
I love it. All right, man. That was a good episode.
Thanks.
Yeah, that was a fun one.
Yeah. I like jumping around. I know I jumped around a lot with all their cases and stuff, but it's more, believe me, if you just wanted me to recite it, it's just fucking one after the other. Like, and this was a hoax.
Yeah.
Like,
yeah.
You know, they ran into like 2 that were really gnarly.
And then they're like,
put on some fucking Hanson or whatever and do a couple of Hail Marys, save that fucking.
Yeah.
Like, I feel so bad for them because they were on the record like, dude, as soon as they left, that demon like shut the door like, oh, damn, who invited them over? Yeah, just starts undoing his belt like, yeah, we're gonna talk about this shit.
Damn,
like
make
off on that entire family.
Make that old Jeff look like a fucking good roommate.
Yeah, yeah, dude. Yeah, you're wishing it was a mongoose now.
Cool. Well, should we call it?
Yeah, I think so.
All right, folks. Well, thanks for listening. Thanks for watching. Like and subscribe.
Yeah.
Sort of said it.
Yeah. You want to try it again? We can try it again.
Nah, we don't need to try it again.
You want me to do it again?
Yeah, do it again.
You want me to do it?
Yeah, do it.
All right, I'll do it for you.
You're better at it.
Thanks. Make sure to hit that like, subscribe button. Maybe leave a comment if you're enjoying the content.
Thank you.
Bye-bye.